Mike says, do you think it's better to let influencers come up with their own content or give them a set of guidelines? We want it to feel authentic, but also on brand. There's actually a number of different questions in here. So I think the first thing is that I think in general, brands are a little bit too hardcore about choking influencer content, like bending it to their will. And that's a bit of a problem. The bigger the influencer, the less that happens because the influencer has more clout and more sort of backup with their own community. It's just PR. If you went to the New York Times and they were going to write an article and you were like, hey, I want it to be exactly like this, they'd be like, screw you. We're going to do the article the way we do articles. We're the New York Times. And so you see the same thing with like large YouTubers and large Instagrammers. I think that you get into that weird place with like the micro influencers and the smaller mid-tier influencers. They barely know how to run their own business. They're not thinking necessarily about how this stuff will land either. And so the brand ends up strong-arming them a little bit into turning things into what usually turns into like a lame ad. So I think as a general answer to the first of the four pieces of this, it is better to let influencers come up with their own content, yes. If like if you want to like hire actors to do a thing for you, you need to come up with that content that they do because they are just mouthpieces. Influencers are a known quantity and a platform, and they're influencers because they have influence over a certain type of people, and those type of people respond specifically to them. So if you don't let them come up with their own content, it's going to feel like, you know, like one person is making something for an audience that doesn't want to listen to them, right? Or it's like a different person. So there's not a lot of influence there. That's my first thing there.